So we're at the Tupelo, Mississippi charging station, and you don't see this very often, but right here you got an S, a Model 3, a Model X, and a Model Y, all charging. So you got the sexy chargers going on right there in Tupelo, Mississippi. Who'd have thought? All right, so I've never done this, but we're in a parking lot. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the auto driving and see how it manages the parking lot. I like the speed it's going. Sort of freaking. Sarah said,
Oh dear.
I don't like how it went straight into that because then the car can bottom out, so I disengaged. I wish it would take it at an angle. All right, I re-engaged it. One of the things we were talking about earlier is how hard it is to drive on rural roads. And you can see like these roads are not poorly marked. And it did not see that intersection. So there's no stop sign, but common sense says I need to stop there. So I'll report that. Now this is kind of a weird road because like we talked about earlier, instead of them widening the road, they just narrowed it and put a bike path. And so you can see how tight it is. And so the car, look, it's got like multiple side lanes there. It's kind of struggling to understand
What is going on?
But it is at least marked.
Yeah.
Where the other one wasn't. Now see, one of the things is how hard it accelerates when it sees a stop sign right there. Like you don't have to accelerate super hard to a stop sign. I don't think most humans would give it all gas and then all brake. They would just kind of creep up to it.
Yeah.
See, again, we're going the speed limit when we got another stop sign coming up.
Now turn left onto West
Good job into the turn lane. I think that was good. I think it manages this stuff when it's going slower better. All right, now we're going to make a left turn. Kind of a hard left turn because you can't see over the hill there. And it needs to go ahead, and once it makes a decision, it needs to commit to it. Real nice job there. Yeah, I like that. I think they'll call that an unprotected left. So we're going the speed limit. Up ahead you can see the 30-mile-an-hour sign. Let's see if it swaps to 30 and speeds up for us on its own. Yep, it saw the 30-mile-an-hour sign, changed the speed to 30. That's impressive, just the fact that it saw the sign, changed the speed limit, changed the max speed for us. So Sarah, your thoughts as we ride on this thing as a very safe driver. What are your thoughts? This is going to be rough. Wow, handled that like a champ. How good was that? So Sarah's sweating over here, hands on the top window. She's all freaking out. So what do you think as you ride in it?
Okay, so it surprises me a bit because
500 feet.
there are times where I think like, okay, it's going to have a lot of trouble handling this, or this is an unusual situation. How's it going to react? It does really, really well. But then there's some times where I'm like, well, this should be a piece of cake and it'll like freak out. Like, like back there when we were approaching like an intersection, it wanted to gun it right
into the grass.
Yes.
Yeah.
So... But like that, it did really good. Now I thought, well, surely it won't.
Well, and look how well marked this road is. I do think when it has good lines in the road, it performs way better.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a green light ahead. It sees that the turn lane light is green and makes the left turn perfectly. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it did good.
Now this should be, as Everett would say, it's bread and butter. And it's the day after Christmas. We're headed to a mall in rural Mississippi, and let's see how the car manages kind of bump and run, tough traffic in a rural area. And you've kind of seen how the roads not being marked affects it. I mean, it affects it negatively, and you can't blame it. All right, blinking yellow. Let's see what it does on a blinking yellow. Which that most people would just keep going. I'm giving it gas because it wanted to stop at blinking yellow. Shouldn't be stopping at blinking yellow.
So what are you pushing every
That
time?
camera, I think they say reports it. All right, now here comes a yellow that's an actual yellow to turn red. It's braking perfectly, stopping perfectly. So that's flawless.
Great.
And didn't brake hard either. Like I almost feel like it never touched the brake. That was probably all the regenerative braking that got us slowed down there. All right, giving gas. Now here's what I don't like. Max speed's 45. That's decent acceleration, but you can see the truck to our left, we accelerated a good bit faster than he did. It's super safe about cars turning in front of it. You saw that car turned in front, and it's braking way far away from it. Okay, now we're going 45. I'd be slowing down by now.
Yeah, and we're about to be in high traffic.
Okay, right turn. Probably going faster than I would go right here.
Yeah, for sure.
But
it
handled it perfect.
It did good.
Yeah. Now we're about to come up on an area of the road that's not marked well.
Yes.
Now it's left, getting a left lane for no reason. Now it's just in the dead center of the road. When this is a 2-lane road, it can't see the line in the middle. And this is one thing I noticed, when the road's not marked well, it just gets in the middle. This is a 2-lane road though. If any other cars were around us, they'd be looking at us weird. But you can see up ahead, there's Belk. All right, it's managing the right turn well. I'm just going to let it run and see how close to Belk it gets. Now it's putting a left turn signal on, but it's in the middle of the road again, kind of jerking. But now look, it's even, jerking some more.
Oh, geez.
Jerking a lot, but no cars around us, so I'm letting it jerk. It just doesn't know what to do now. The lines are so poor. It really wants to go left, but can't decide when to. Belk's there. Now let's see if it comes to a stop.
Maybe it wants to go.
Now it's wanting to get in the right lane.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it has no clue what to do here. It's in the right lane, knowing that Belk is to our left. And it keeps saying turn left, but it's not turn. Oh, and then it wants to go into the curb. So we disengage. It really struggled with that.
Yeah, it did.
That was a pretty good merge, though. Camera came on. Ooh, hard brake. No reason to brake that hard and this far back.
Zero.
Now let's see how it handles it. God, that was awkward. Now we're in the middle of the road again. The truck behind us has got to be going, what in the world? Okay, it should be slowing because we're going to make a left. Yeah, I'm taking over because this truck's got to be going, what in the world are these people doing? It struggles so much when there's no markings. So one thing I wanted to do was just kind of show you, I'm driving the car, but I wanted you to see the full self-driving software and just how good the visualization is. So look at all the vehicles. It sees the curbs. It sees the people so well, where the other software would see people, but it didn't see it great. The visualization on this thing is unreal. I think the bird's eye view, being able to see a wide angle of the entire parking lot, is really impressive. I mean, you got to admit, it being able to really see all this is quite nice. You can see the folks walking up, crossing in front. There's another one pulling up to open the door. All right, so we're going to engage the full self-driving, but we're going to do it in a parking lot. So let's see if it can get itself out of the parking lot, onto the highway, and back over to the tennis courts we were at on its own. I don't have a whole lot of confidence that it will do this well, but we're going to give it a shot. I just think it thinks it has to go so fast. It doesn't do things very smooth. Like, its corrections are not smooth. It should be getting in the left lane here. It did. You can see the blue line is solid blue for a bit, but it's not super confident. Now we're coming up on this red light. So here we have a turn signal, so it's not unprotected. But if you don't have the turn signal, then it's unprotected. Maybe that's what it means. So it's asking me to apply to the car, and I have. I'm sitting here doing it. So you can see there's a lot of traffic here. I almost think it does better in traffic. It's almost like the more you're showing it. Look at the bird's eye view, how cool that is, Sarah, how you can see everything.
Yeah, that is neat.
Oh, and now I like this.
Oh,
So it sees we're
fancy.
not moving, and it gets over into the right lane for us because it wants to go faster. That's pretty good.
That was nice, yeah. It's back in.
Right. Let's see if it starts going on its own. It does. It seems fairly confident in what it's doing.
Yeah.
The following distance between us and the car in front of us is probably what a human would do, but with it driving, it makes me not comfortable.
78 ramp on the right.
And it's wanting to take this ramp. This is too fast. You can see it says 30 there. I'm going to let it do its thing, but that's too fast. We're going 37. I'll be honest, though, if I was driving, that wasn't bad. Now it's accelerating way too fast right here.
Yeah, way too fast.
Now it's slowing. So see that acceleration, then slow. I don't like that. Okay, now it's getting on. That was pretty good. I like that.
Turn left onto
No, but now it's. I had to disengage because it wanted to go left there. We're not going left there. Still trying to go left. We're not going left, car.
turn left onto Country
I'll
Club.
re-engage now. Let's see how it manages this. It's going way too far away from the line. I'm gonna have to give it some gas. I'm giving it gas because it's way too far from the line. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tell it to go because there's nothing there and it's just kind of waiting. There's like 5 cars behind me.
Turn left onto Clayton.
So it accelerated super fast and then slowed down.
Now turn left onto
Now this is a little confusing for it. Look where the stop sign is, but then the line to stop is another 8 feet ahead of it.
But it did good.
Yeah, it handled that well. This is where it tried to go in the grass earlier.
And it's still confused.
No. It
No?
handled it good that time.
Oh, good.
Last time it tried to go in the grass, that time it didn't.
Now turn right onto Eugene Street.
Going right. There's a fire hydrant right on the curb, and it handled that well. So far, much better. Good job there.
500 feet, turn left onto Joyner Avenue.
You can see this is a lot of turning, and I hadn't done any of it. Still too close to that trash can. I don't like it that close. All right, let's see how it handles this stop and left. This is a hard left because you can't see over that hill,
Right.
but it needs to just go on and go once it decides. All right, good job. It's handling this pretty well. Now we're going home, and it's really nervous. Let's see what it does here. I got my foot on the brake because tons of traffic to the left. Let me show you in the animation. Look at all that traffic. And I've seen videos where it tries to jet out in front of cars
Oh,
right here.
gosh, yeah.
What?
I said, oh gosh. Yeah. Keep your foot on the brake.
I wouldn't go yet. Handling that pretty well.
Ooh.
I took off like super hard. Come on, going over. Good. Handled that lane change perfectly. That was pretty good to go right in traffic and make a lane change.
You
I'm
did
impressed.
great.
I think we're going to go left here in a second. Yep. See how it manages getting in this left lane for us. You can see the little tentacle.
It did that by itself?
Yeah, it did that by itself. Now, it tried to accelerate kind of hard. I'm going to move it and nudge it forward. So I'm nudging it forward just to get it out of the lane. You could tell like it wanted to get in up here, but then it saw the truck and realized it couldn't, and so it went on over. All right, should be accelerating. It took forever to accelerate. You can see all the other cars way up ahead of us. Making this left. Good job. Well marked road though, so I would imagine it handles this fine. Alright, so you can see on up the hill is where we're going to get on the freeway. Let's see how it manages this right turn and entry to the freeway.
slow
down.
So it's going too fast.
No, too fast.
And it didn't do it. I had to disengage. It never put on the blinker. It never did anything. I basically had to do it for it. That's not good.
You go ahead. Just
Okay, now I've got the full self-driving back on. You can see the maximum speed, the speed limit's 70. It didn't adjust it, so I'm doing it.
weird.
Okay, it wants to get over on the freeway. What I don't like is it waits till it gets to that white line and then it gets over based on the white line, which is probably, you know, if you asked it like a driver's ed teacher, they may say that's how it's supposed to do it.
Right.
But I don't love how it does that.
Yeah, it's like it waits the last second.
Right. I don't like that. I want to get over a little quicker. All right, so we know nobody cares about freeway driving in a Tesla, so we're going to pause it, and we'll come back when we get back to town to exit. All right, so we made it down the freeway, and now we're about to exit. Let's see how it handles it. I'm curious because it's kind of a different exit. Now, autopilot has always been able to handle the exit, but it was real jittery and uncomfortable. I love that. It slowed down knowing that it's about to exit. I really like that. It's not taking the exit mega fast. Blinker comes on. That's way better than autopilot was. All of that's better than autopilot.
I mean, full self-driving.
Yeah, so the autopilot used to do it, but it didn't do it as well as that just did on that computer.
Actually, like slowed down gradually.
This is super comfortable. Now, I don't know why it's stopping here. It needs to go on.
It's just,
It's like
it is, but
It's just too slow.
just a little too
Okay,
slow.
no traffic. It clearly could go. I don't know what it's waiting on. Go.
Give a go.
Go, car.
Maybe it wants you to engage.
It's just sitting here. I don't get it. It should go. Here, I'm going to push the gas, but it should have gone on its own. I don't know why it didn't. This is...
What
Oh,
the heck?
yeah.
Look at this. Look at it. Jumping lanes. It thinks... I don't get what it was doing there. And now it's all, okay, now I'm happy. And it accelerates super fast.
Now it needs to start slowing.
I still don't think so.
Always giving the car a minute an hour.
I think now it needs to start moving over. Now it needs to start moving over.
Which it is.
Okay, I'll take that. That was pretty good.
I moved over at the little turn opening.
You know, a lot of humans probably go over on that yellow line, and it's like, it's following the rules like to a
Yeah,
T.
it's following the traffic rules for sure.
All right, green light. We're just sitting. Okay, now it's going. Good job. Making the left. Nice job. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I thought that was pretty good.
I agree.
Everett's in the back. He's got higher expectations. Don't push it too hard. There you go, look at that. He wants it to be like if I was driving him around.